What up, peeps? It's your boy Heckin Steve. Welcome back to the channel. And today we are going to talk about Call of Duty, and we are going to talk about Battlefield. Battlefield 6 just had its open beta over this past weekend and had 521,000 people at one time playing it just on Steam. So, not including Xbox or PlayStation. So that is pretty crazy for an open beta. And I think the thing is Call of Duty has been ass for so long that people are just desperate for any type of military simulation, military shooter. Battlefield is definitely a series that scratches that itch and has scratched that itch in the past. Maybe not necessarily for Battlefield 5, although I thought Battlefield 5 was okay. I definitely did not share that sentiment with Battlefield 2042. This was the last game that they've made. I bought it originally on the Xbox Series X, and it was horrible. It was not great. It's not what I was looking for. But I will say that I played the Battlefield 6 open beta, and Activision should be concerned. Now, I know it's too late for them to probably make Black Ops 7 good, so expect Black Ops 7 to be a lot like Black Ops 6. But if they do try to go back to their roots, which they shouldn't have left to fucking begin with, to compete with Battlefield next year, that's what they'll do. But I think now Call of Duty is more of like a Fortnite crowd, where people want to do the season pass, they want to do the battle pass, they want to buy the skins. They like running around as Squid Game characters, and they like running around as Beavis and Butthead. I love Beavis and Butthead. In fact, within arm's reach, I have Beavis and Butthead's entire collection on DVD. But there is no way that it is okay for them to be in a Call of Duty game. And I've always felt like Call of Duty was more of an arcade shooter. Like, it gives me the vibes of something that you would like walk up to in an arcade, put a quarter in, and run around and shoot people for a few minutes. Because that's pretty much what it is. Now, there have been some fantastic Call of Duty games. Tell me something about any of their campaigns, and I bet you the only ones you can remember are Black Ops and Modern Warfare 2, the original. Because I know for a fact that nobody played the campaign to Modern Warfare 3, the remake. And I bet no one played campaign to, where is it? Advanced Warfare. That's the one I was looking for. Maybe it's up here. Yeah, it's right here. I actually thought the campaign of this one was pretty good. But, man, in recent times, you can't beat Battlefield 4. And in fact, I was playing some Battlefield 4 in the last week before the Battlefield 6 beta happened. Battlefield 6 is amazing. It feels like Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4, but with like the quality of life interface improvements of Battlefield 5. So if Battlefield 4 and 5 had a baby, it would be Battlefield 6. And the graphics look great, of course. But obviously the experience is more important to me. But I'll take good graphics, if that's part of the deal. And it's amazing. So yeah, I think that Activision have really lost the plot, or they've changed their demographic to more of a Fortnite-friendly kind of crowd. And it might be even Warzone's fault. But they should definitely be concerned with this, because I could see a lot of people that play Call of Duty only because there's no better option. I could see them leaving in October when Battlefield 6 comes out. For me personally, man, I have no problems with games that have battle passes, or if you want to sell skins. But see, something like Fortnite is an ongoing game. Like, it's been going on for years. There are no sequels to Fortnite. So when you buy a skin on there, which is overpriced out the fucking ass, at least you get to keep it. At least in like 2 or 3 years, you can get back on the game and you can go back and use that skin because you bought it. But when it comes to Call of Duty, they put a game out every year. And those skins don't carry over. So how can you expect someone to pay $20 to $30 for a skin, which is just crazy to even say. That's a crazy sentence. Because in the 360 PS3 era, skins were like $2 and $5 tops. But now they want you to pay $20 and $30, $15, $10 for these skins. And, you know, the next year it's gone. Unless you go back and play. Like, you can still go back and play Modern Warfare 3. But a lot of these older games, their servers are gone. So, like, that's eventually going to happen. So you spend hundreds of dollars a year on skins that you don't have access to anymore. Or you do, but, like, you have it on a game that's dead. Where you can't run around and tease people with your skins. Because that's the whole thing about the skins, right? It's just so you can be an asshole passively to opponents on the internet. Other games, you know, like, okay, like NBA 2K, for example, and Madden, they have that yearly formula too. You know, like, they want you to, well, even NBA 2K25 does this, or excuse me, WWE 2K25. All of these sports games, man, you know, they have that My Faction, they've got Ultimate Team, they've got My Team, where you buy packs of cards or you earn packs of cards, you buy stuff on the auction, you grind, you get these cards for free, maybe you give them actual money to build this, like, fantasy-style team. But then, like, next year when the next game comes out, you're going to start that all over again. And the My Career stuff in NBA, holy crap, dude. Like, do you really want to pay over and over to get your stats up? Or do you really, really want to grind over and over to redo your career? I feel like, man, if I did that, if I was, like, hardcore into, like, My Career on NBA 2K25, I feel like when 26 comes out, I would skip that game mode. And then the next year, maybe I would go back to it. But you're paying all this money to just do the same thing every year over and over again. And I understand, you know, I buy the new sports games. You know, I used to think that was fucking stupid. And it is stupid. But I like the sports games, so I like to keep up with them. But I definitely don't get wrapped up in the microtransactions. Not aggressively like that. Not aggressively at all. Because I know that it's not going to matter in like 10 months or 11 months, you know? But yeah, for Call of Duty, you know, these days with Black Ops 6, right? With Black Ops 6. Is this Black Ops 6? This is. Okay. Yeah, I actually have 2 copies of that game. Physically. And, yeah. Actually, I don't have it physically. I got the Steelbook later. So, this is just an extra case. Requires internet, by the way. I don't know if you know that. But buying all those skins and stuff and then, like, having to say goodbye to that shit, you know, in a year or two. That ain't for me. So I think for, like, a game like Fortnite, that totally works. But, yeah, for Call of Duty, that's kind of fucked up. They're almost treating it like it's a Madden game. Like, every year you're going to restart and do it over again. But also, like, with Black Ops 6, you know, the Omni movement and stuff, I thought that was cool at first, but then I thought about it and I'm like, man, this kind of sucks ass. And there's a lot of censorship in Black Ops 6. Like, the character in multiplayer can say, have some goddamn pride, but I can't, on the microphone, in a private squad with my friends, say motherfucker more than, like, 2 times, or I get voice banned for 30 days. How does that make sense? This is a mature rated game, 17 plus, right? For intense violence, blood and gore, suggestive themes, strong language, use of drugs, yet I can't use strong language or I'll get banned by AI. How does that make sense? In a fucking war shooter game. But yeah, so I've got to watch my mouth when playing Call of Duty. Despite the fact that the game cusses at me, I'm not allowed to cuss in the game, even when it's private, just between me and some friends. So we use Discord, you know, to bypass that altogether. But for them to have something like that, where they censor what you say, but then people can take you hostage from behind and then hump you against a wall, or they could taunt you in the victory screen. So yeah, I mean, the game is set up to be toxic. You just can't be toxic with your voice. You're only allowed to be toxic within the gameplay. So yeah, double standard there. But yeah, I mean, I think, man, Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is going to be such shit. And why is it going to Black Ops 7 when they did Black Ops 6 last year? Why did they skip Modern Warfare this time? That doesn't make sense, unless they're anticipating that Battlefield 6 is going to be a problem, and so they're taking 2 years to make the next Call of Duty Modern Warfare game to compete with that. That could be the case. But I don't think they're that smart, and I don't think they're that worried. But they may be worried now because, you know, this is all just recent with this open beta. But that game plays so great, and it's so good. I mean, it was stable. It didn't have much issue at all in an open beta. So this game has been getting cooked for a couple years. Like, they've been working on it for sure. DICE is back. Battlefield is back. So yeah, Call of Duty should be worried. Activision should be worried. Now, I did hear that Activision is working on a new rhythm game. It's Guitar Hero. So I'm pretty excited about that. But yeah, overall, man, I think that Call of Duty has really lost its roots in the past few years. Honestly, I would say the only game that came out in recent time that was amazing was Call of Duty Cold War. Black Ops Cold War. I really love the campaign to this game. And the multiplayer maps were awesome. So, but other than that, man, I'd say that's the only one that's really been worth a damn. I did play a lot of Modern Warfare 3, and it was okay. But, I mean, like an overall experience, I think Cold War was sweet. But yeah, that's all I have for today. Let me know what you guys think below, man. Do you think Call of Duty is worried about Battlefield 6? Or do you think they've attracted such a new crowd that they don't give a fuck about the old crowd and they're fine with them leaving and going to Battlefield 6 because they don't buy Beavis and Butthead skins anyways? Let me know what you think, man. I'll catch you guys in the next video.